See, I was making sure you guys were paying attention.
Oh God, it's the Flash! Or is it Shazam?
It's at the Hall of...
Or is it Black
Superman
Lightning?
and all the guys that don't matter.
It's just regular lightning.
Or is it Static Shock?
There's so many superheroes with this symbol.
The exact same theme. Lightning power. What's my symbol gonna be? A goddamn lightning bolt.
So, anything else anyone wants to accomplish?
No, I think we're good.
Oh, is there? I don't know if this would be a Roxanne, but maybe I would bring it up too. Has anyone tried reading from the Necronomicon at all during our 3 days?
I forgot all about it, so the answer is yes now.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also have the mysterious ancient book in a strange language that we haven't bothered to look at, even though it's been here the whole time and it's probably an incredibly helpful book.
Probably.
No, let's just throw that away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably garbage.
Well, we have 3 days, so I figured this would probably be the best time to read it and not die.
Yeah. Mid-combat. Mid-combat sounds good. Hey, it worked on the Mummy.
I just realized if you look at the
Uncle, what's this symbol?
If you look at the Discord chat, just by coincidence, I happened to make that ghost avatar, and then Thomas above me is like, "Dustin, come back," and I did as a ghost.
As a ghost, much later.
A metaphor.
Unbelievable.
So before we do anything else, I did want to. I just saw it back in my notes, and wanted to rewind us way back to Orangetown briefly.
Oh God damn it!
Oh, flashback sequence.
Flashback.
Brief flashback sequence. So before you left Orangetown, Lily was looking for something of an apprentice.
Oh yes.
Yep. And before I just said, sure, you find one, and I'd like to go into a little more detail. So what she was looking for an apprentice for was not necessarily weaponsmithing, and not necessarily armor smithing, and not necessarily whatever the fuck that noise was.
Sorry, I moved the table.
It's okay. I was like, what in the world? And not even tinkering or clockmaking or anything like that. What she was looking for was something more specific, something that was a combination of those. Artificing, if you will. Simply the art of making. Making something from other things. Reverse entropy, if you will. Not everyone can do that. It takes one kind of person to be an armor smith, another to be a weaponsmith, another to be a tinker or a clockmaker or a mason. But it takes a little bit from each one of those to be an artificer, someone who can simply create. And if there's one thing that the Lillans are good at, it is identifying that teeny tiny little spark in someone. It took her a day, 2 days, 3 days. But eventually, when she wandered into a clockmaker's shop, about halfway down the 4th Street in the Craftsman's District, she saw a young apprentice, dwarvish, so one black mark against them, but not too much. Lily is a forgiving person, and they weren't making clocks, which is unusual for a clockmaker's apprentice. They were just creating something. It looks like it could have been a small toy, but intricate, complex, driven by clockwork at the heart, but no real purpose, wound with some sort of key, and increasingly complex the more you inspected it. Lily at this point realized that she had been staring intently inches away from this craftsman's work while they were working on it without introducing herself, so she then introduced herself. And after it, card. Yep, gave them a business card, which was emphatically received. This person seemed to be almost as enthusiastic as Lily. Perhaps that trait is an indicator of something. And it took only a brief persuasive speech and a few angry words from an irritated dwarven clockmaker to persuade the young dwarf to show up the next morning at Lily's doorstep in the castle, all of his belongings in hand, ready to start afresh as Lily's first apprentice.
Okay.
Aw.
There, see, popped that off the top of this esophagus.
Woo! Back on the boat.
Yep, back on the boat. I just wanted.
Oh,
How long were you hanging on to
perfect.
Oh God!
You had plenty of time to go find it too.
that? Right? That's perfect.
Oh, this is why we keep doing this.
Mhm.
Sorry, that was really funny. Oh, I just didn't expect that. But there you go. I hope that's better. Hope that made you feel more involved.
Yes, now they have my fuck boy.
I wasn't gonna say. I was trying so hard to keep it on the straight and narrow and not go down that particular little back alley. But there we go. It happened anyway. I
Took me
expected it to
long,
happen
but
eventually.
I found me a hung one.
Anyway, so 2 days pass. You're about a day away from your destination by boat, moving at a good clip because the wind on the river is fairly swift, and the crew are seasoned oarmen for when the doldrums hit or it gets shallow.
Or for when there's a bunch of fucking gas on the shore.
Yeah, that one too.
So about 2 days. It's early morning. The crew is up and moving. The main shift. The night watches retired below decks to sleep in the hammocks. A small brazier is going, and the ship's cook is making breakfast.
Delicious.
And at some point, Captain Glistair stops what he's doing, looks up, and holds a hand up. Says, "Hey, you boys feel that?"
I roll perception.
Whoa!
So you did. I
That
didn't
was
realize that was the noise that made.
That's so loud.
Sorry,
Um,
I made my music super loud so you guys could hear that thing, and then I didn't switch back to my
Yeah,
headphones.
that's all right.
It was like kind of loud for us. It actually blew Eric across the room. So, you're not really sure what he's talking about, Steve. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
looking around, but yeah,
I've
the
never
boats-
been up this river.
I feel it in my loins.
the boat is still. The breeze is nice. The sails are fluttering. It's everything seems fine. The water's calm. Eric rolled a fucking nat 20 perception.
Oh, so he did.
Also, Eric, it looks like your skill modifiers aren't coming in unless you've got a +0 to perception.
Pretty sure that's accurate. Let me see. Wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, wisdom. My wisdom's only a 10, so.
Okay, for some reason I thought it was
0.
higher. I don't know why. Okay, anyway.
No, she's naive.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
She's really smart. She's got 17 intelligence, but she's super nice. Not very wise.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, Lily knows exactly what Captain Glistair means because she just noticed it as well. So, the boat is still and calm. The breeze is nice, but this is a sail powered ship. There's a wind, but the boat's not moving.
I cast detect magic.
Oh,
Oh, I take out Luck Blade.
You don't notice anything. Shut up.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you cast. I know. I've seen you cast detect magic enough that I know what you're doing.
It does have a somatic component, so I can't say he can't see it. Damn it.
Does it have a verbal too, or no?
Yeah, it has a verbal and somatic.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
So in in the breath of a moment, as you feel the absolute stillness of where you are, and how you are most decidedly not moving. Everything is calm, and then the boat lifts slightly to one side as a large dark shape surges through the water, casting a wake above it. You hear Captain Gloster shout out, "Our men the cannons! Cannons and cutlasses, boys!" And crewman comes surging up from below the decks. You hear the sound of rigging pulled in, and metal scraping against wooden and fur sheaths as a bunch of sailors prepare to fight.
All right, we should also prepare to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend preparation.
Assuming there is one. And again, you don't have to reply to this whisper by whispering.
Okay.
I'm just doing
Sorry,
it so that I don't have to interrupt
Whenever I
your
see a whisper,
narrative.
I try and reply by whisper by default. It's just habit.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but like in this
Lily
case, I'm
wants-
just trying not to interrupt.
Lily wants to try and get up to a crow's perch. You
Crow's
do
nest.
so. Go ahead. Roll an acrobatics check.
Why I call it crow's perch.
Crow's nest, whatever. I know what you meant.
I'm
Mage
okay
armor
with
gets cast.
I
Well, the thing hasn't grabbed the boat yet. Hasn't like pulled the boat under yet. Isn't there like a ladder up there?
Right, but the boat is starting to rock back and forth as something is underneath it.
Boats a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
Oh, Lord.
oh my god.
Well, I rolled my acrobatics.
Yeah, I
Really is flung into the water.
I just have my luck blade out, and I'm just looking around.
There it is. And then a massive
Crab people, crab people.
Oh, God damn it. God fucking
a
damn it.
massive, many pincered shape. It is one size too small. Hang on.
Too small.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Better.
Too small.
Oh, fuck me.
Too small.
Wait,
Well, I'm
no,
fucking
hang
out
on.
of here.
5x5. That's like as big as a fucking Tarask. Oh my god. Well, this is the biggest thing that I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, that's goddamn enormous.
It's
it
only
bursts out of the
20
water
by
with
20.
a bestial scream. Yeah, and it looks like it's 20. Its torso is 20 feet across, and it's the reach of its tentacles and pincers appears to be much longer.
Is it magical?
Yes, it is magical in nature.
Oh.
Robo Wizard, throw your sample of mold at
He
it.
has just jumped off of the side, by the way.
Fuck out of here.
He'd rather deal with the ghouls.
Yeah. That's what happened.
I mean,
Just
I
the
can't
image
blame
of your character token just leaving. Just levitates away.
Guys, expeditious retreat.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
exit stage left.
I dream of when this character is no longer bound to the earth. What floats
You
above
can
it like
just
all good
depart.
robots wizards. It's kind of like this encounter. I'm just gonna leave. Good luck, guys.
Peace.
Steve, you have no
So-
idea how much I regret giving Jamavir.
Giving what?
Giving Jamavir the boot.
Oh, you fucked up so hard. 22.
The creature demands that you roll initiative.
I forgot to
Yes,
click on
sir.
myself, I guess.
Hey, am I supposed to be back to like hit dice and hit points, or was
Can
this
you
Yeah.
guys see the name of the creature that rolled? By the way,
Says Chul.
ah,
Cool,
fuck.
yeah.
Oh well, whatever. I'll have to roll
Okay.
privately.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
You can
Yeah,
actually
interesting.
you can actually take that out on the character sheet so we can't see that, but don't worry about it.
Can you?
You can.
Oh, NPC name and roles. Hide.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, joy.
Hey, babe.
But,
Check
sorry,
it out.
were we supposed to get hit dice and hit points back, or no? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah,
been 2
that's all
days.
supposed to come back. It's been a
Okay.
couple days, so you guys are
Gotcha.
at full
There we go.
blast
Full
here.
points. Thank fuck. Let's do with that. I'll have some hit points for it to shred off of.
Oh, the 16. Okay, I get it. That
Going last again.
I did
I
not
have just
understand that.
got issues with that.
Yeah, the monk always goes last. What's going on there?
Mm.
He's just not. I mean, he's dexterous. He's just not.
It's like
He's-
the dex is good. The dex is there.
He's just not paying attention.
I was busy meditating, I guess.
He had a
Fucking
piece
thinking
of lint in his eye, and it was really obnoxious.
I was thinking about Araxian's deep words, man. I couldn't focus.
Hey, babe. Glad to see you.
Apparently, my oh, okay, I'm in. There we go. I had clicked the ruler to measure it, and so I thought I clicked Lily a bunch of times, and I clicked it, and I rolled and clicked it and rolled. I'm like, why am I not on the tracker?
That's the computer part. It's not really a computer. It's a it just supports the.
quotation marks.
Hey, babe.
It just runs the server part.
Can we get some crewmen up on this ship?
You know, I'm really
Yep.
depressed like Chris was that time. Can I have a titty pic?
She can't hear you, unfortunately.
Mouse.
Hmm?
You left your mouse on the couch.
Oh, this is your mouse. I'm sorry.
Wow. Why are you leaving my mouse on the couch?
Well, because I was gonna like put it away.
Desiree,
Why
you're
did you
distracting
take it
from
out?
role playing. Gonna need you
I
to tone
didn't
it down.
use it.
Well, because I was trying to troubleshoot why this mouse wasn't working, so I got another mouse to try things with. All right. All right, Roxy, it's your turn.
All right. Has Oroxian ever seen anything like this? I can't see the creature. 'Cause someone's
Never
got it.
never in his. Will people stop moving boxes around? Never in his life has he seen anything like this.
Okay. Well, I'm not going
Can
to
I
get
roll?
close to that, and I'm just going to shoot it with my bow and arrow.
Okay.
Nope, that's a 7.
7's not going to do it for us.
Wait, hold on. Is it?
Wow.
Wait,
How did you miss something that big?
I don't think it's adding the right thing. Yeah, sorry. It
Right?
was using my it was using the wrong roll.
Are your arrows even able to
like-
pierce its carapace?
I
like
would
your story.
have. So it correctly rolled. That would have been +4. It would have been 11. 11 and 16. Well, oh, just 11 because
So
I don't have
what's-
advantage.
What's the pile of papers in the bedroom now?
Oh baby.
Stuff that I got to ask you where it should go
Okay.
because it won't fit in there.
And where'd you put my dildo?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Shove it there, so it won't close anymore.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Put us on speakers, Thomas. We must communicate with the woman.
No, I'm not going to put you guys on speaker for exactly that reason.
It's already distracting from the game. We might as well distract more.
Yeah. Sorry. This is just to make sure I have the math right. Yeah. So it would have been 11. It would have been an 11, which is what the second roll
Look
was.
at that. You perfectly did your rolling.
It's a good thing I pay roll 20 extra money to do that.
It's an Orangetown longbow, not to be confused with any other longbow.
Well, there's markings on it. People might recognize it. People might recognize where your weapons come from.
My original handcrafted weapon.
Yeah, they might know where it comes from.
Hang on just a second. I lost my. There we go. This is the.
Train of thought, focus, plot.
No. I was trying to find the stupid sailor tokens and just general.
Yes, our red shirt
minion
token.
token. There we go.
Listen,
there.
these red shirts helped us win a battle we probably shouldn't have won.
These red shirts are about to help us win a battle we're probably not to win.
Oh no, these are pirates. They're totally dead.
Yeah, they're fucked.
They're not pirates. They're just sailors.
They're just. If anything, they're merchant ship hands.
All sailors are pirates, man. You know.
We have contraband on the ship. Shut up.
To be fair, Those
There's no
definitely
contraband.
look like pirate tokens.
Yes, that's right. There's no contraband.
Liquor isn't contraband.
Good.
Plus, it's only
good-
2 years
good-
age. It's not even good.
Good thinking, Spelulon.
That's too many pirates, though.
They're not pirates.
See,
Now I'm saying pirates. Now I'm just not calling them pirates. This is the
They're
worst.
sailors.
we're sailors on the moon. We
They're
carry
able seamen.
a harpoon. We wave tall tales. And we kick our tails. We're whalers on the moon.
Oh, just the worst.
I hate this. Alrighty.
I missed
Isn't it
you.
grand?
I missed you so much, Thomas.
Right? Tell right.
Anyway, all right. So, what is your actual roll? Is the 11?
Yeah, I roll. I shoot it with an 11.
The 11's not going to do it for us.
Nope. I am going to. Is this like a room here to the left of me? Is it covered or no?
It is a cabin,
All right. So I'm
but
gonna.
it does have a porthole out there, which is why that sailor's in there.
I'm gonna move back and I'm gonna bonus action stealth to hide,
Okay.
and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Alrighty, it looks like it is this guy's turn.
Oh, it's his turn.
Yep.
What about our sailors?
They are. They will go at the end of the initiative.
Okay.
So before
Oh,
Roxy's turn, after
also
Lily's turn, the sailors go. Just to make it easier for
Lily
me.
goes before Aurelian.
Yeah. How did she? Hang on.
Because I got added after you sorted.
Oh, after I sorted. Okay, that's why.
I will preface every single one of that.
Yeah. So I shot at it, and I go nope, and I hide away.
There we are. Sorry, guys. Dad called me. I'm connected on my phone Discord, so it kind of
All
just
good.
kicked me out. At least I knew I wasn't going to go between now and then. It's a fucking last.
That thing's
Creature's gonna come over here.
So big.
God damn it.
See, with my wave graphic, it sort of looks like it's coming out of the water.
It's so realistic.
I hate you. You, the person, not Spelulon. I'm warming up to. Oh no, that guy's
All right.
dead. That guy's gone.
Oh, he's
So
fucking
this is
toast.
against Spelulon and the other person on the front desk here, or the front deck. The 8 was for Spelulon. The 8's not going to matter for Spelulon. So it reaches out with gigantic pincers, trying to grab you, and it misses the pincers on Spelulon. The other sailor is not as lucky. And
Hey, I'm the one who's doing the sound effects.
This is why you have a producer for these shows.
it grabbed and hoisted into the air.
Oh my god.
Does it devour it with its tentacles?
Well,
Does it even live when he grabs it?
yeah, barely.
Ooh.
He will live, but he will not
It
live
needs
well.
to make a DC 13 Constitution save. Spoiler alert, he did not make the Constitution save.
Oh no, guys, they got
No,
Sam!
Uh,
They got him! Oh, he just showed me a picture of his daughter the other day.
That's
Oh.
Sam.
Oh, Sam! Sailor
You
Sam!
said that, and all I could think of was Microsoft Sam, the voice. And I
I'm
was
just-
like, oh,
I'm-
good.
I'm just looking forward to this dude summoning his minion.
I'm looking forward to not fighting this thing any longer. Can we do that?
Grab with a knife.
I've got one or two of those gifts stored away.
That's his minions right there. That's what we're gonna
Right.
fight.
Just back away, give me the cash, and no one gets hurt.
All right. So yeah, he is grabbed, and it looks like he's been paralyzed, and is grabbed now by the tentacles instead of the pincer, and is being pulled into the creature's mouth.
Oh God.
Spelulon, it's your turn.
All right, first I would like to make some sort of roll to learn more about this. These guys might not know anything, but I'm an extra dimensional entity, so what should I roll?
That would be Arcana.
Okay.
Good enough. So this creature is not like anything you've seen before. It's definitely extraplanar of some sort. It's not from here, although it could very well be something that was inhabited by an extraplanar entity when it
Possessed
landed,
crab.
or created by something extraplanar from the workings or like the base parts of something that was here originally.
I see.
The ivory bogs were always filled with all manner of strange creatures, and this is probably just the natural evolution of what happens when an already foul place becomes corrupted.
So what you're telling me is you take a regular mutated monster crab and then you inject it full of extra dimensional steroids, and this happened.
Yes.
All right. So, but it is still a crab, so I think cooking it is a good idea. So I'm going to start off with actually a lightning bolt because he is in the water.
All right. That's a good point.
Not a good. The electricity will
Whoa.
super fast.
8
I know.
6. That's so high. Lightning bolt is such a good spell.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
He throws a little pouch at it.
It does not make the dex save. It takes as a huge crack of lightning comes from the sky. And shatters down, blinding everyone on board for a moment as a thunderous roll echoes down and pierces the creature straight through, spidering out through the water below it.
It's spidering, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm uncomfortable now.
The creature gets hit by lightning, all right? It takes a ton of damage. It takes extra damage because
know.
it's in the water.
All right.
I know.
New rule: only the person who makes the attack gets a quip.
All right, fair enough. Can't argue with that.
I don't have any quips. I'm just thinking about the big crab dinner we're going to have after this.
You do have a spell specifically for this
Cool.
occasion.
Yes, you do.
That's right. That's right.
His voice just got his voice got that kind of high pitch that like when Thomas is talking to Desiree, like it just goes up a notch. Like when he was like I have it on recording when he was like talking about the public sub, and he's like his voice gets like, "Oh babe, can you get me a sub?"
Wonderful.
I have a number of anti-crab butter-related
Crab
spells.
prepared. Yeah, you may cast Butterbeam as a free action.
He's not buttered up.
All right, Lily, it's your turn.
So where am I?
I don't know, where did you drag? So you're in the crow's nest, I believe.
Okay, so an acrobatics of 8 got me into the crow's nest? Okay.
Yes.
You didn't say. You just said
No,
roll
sorry.
acrobatics.
Actually, it was
Sorry.
it was a 6.
Oh, was it a 6? Okay.
It was an 8.
Scroll
Wait,
up.
wait.
Your acrobatics was a 6.
It was a 6. All right.
7:36 p.m.
Where do you the 6?
That's super important too.
Well, right after
A 6 is going to require you to make a dexterity save.
Well, I don't know. We already well past that moment.
Well, maybe the ship's listing even harder.
I think this is a DM error in my favor.
No.
do not pass go.
Right, so you make the save, you're able to hang on to the netting. You're still on the netting, you're not in the crow's perch yet, so you can still fire, but it'll be at disadvantage because you're hanging from something.
I want to crawl. I want to do my movement.
Oh,
You may use your movement to move up to the crow's nest, but you'll still be hanging. You haven't climbed into it. That was the acrobatics check was for, so you can make this at disadvantage, and you'll get there next turn.
Why would I not be able to get there this turn? This is my movement phase.
You don't have
because
a climbing
you made an
speed.
acrobatics check to see if you got up there. You slipped and fell, and that ate up most of your movement.
That's fair.
I made the acrobatics check before we were in initiative.
Well, maybe you didn't slip until almost the top.
This is bullshit.
You're the one who rolled the set. Lily, are you okay?
I protest. Well, I'm still gonna climb up to I'm not gonna shoot at disadvantage.
What the hell?
I'm gonna go up to the crow's nest where I'm supposed to go.
Sometimes it's in the top back of the fridge. Like, look at this. It's getting frozen.
Freeze? What the
Yeah.
heck?
I think that, like I said, I think the top shelf of the fridge, if you put it in the back, it gets frozen.
Weird. This is all Dustin's fault.
Yep.
So you from shoot disadvantage or make it up there.
Going
this
to the
turn.
crow's nest.
Okay. All right. So you can use what's equivalent of a run action to get to the crow's nest.
And I'm gonna shout at the wizard. Throw your fucking mold at it. Maybe it'll eat the crab.
Yeah, maybe it'll eat the crab. Maybe it'll make it more powerful.
I doubt it.
It's the lizard's turn.
Parasites
alive.
tend,
Hey!
parasites tend to not make things stronger.
Made those other things we fought stronger, didn't it?
It made Venom stronger.
No, Venom was the
That's
parasite.
a symbiote, not a parasite, dumbass.
Yeah,
It
because
did
I'm the
interact
idiot.
positively with the ghouls.
Well,
Yeah,
the way you
true.
said that makes it sound like it's possible it could interact negatively with this crab monster.
Let me tell you this. I'll give you 50-50, and by that I mean I'm literally going to roll.
Uh-oh. No, RNGesus, no.
So,
Why
question,
wouldn't it just eat the crab? It's magic.
Thomas.
I don't.
Magic.
That thing is not magical. That thing is just fucking.
It is
scary.
magical. I
Yes,
literally
whoever said
detect
that.
magic, and I
Yes.
said it was magic. You said it was
Oh,
magical.
this
I
thing
didn't.
right
I didn't hear
here?
that.
That
Mhm.
dealio?
A
Yeah.
cannon?
Are those really there, or is it just part of the ambiance?
The cannons are there.
The captain
Considering
said
the
rotated.
captain did say to man the cannon.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Not men in the cannons.
Well,
Yeah.
that guy
Yeah,
is
you know what I
currently
could
being
do?
He
crushed
was
to
manning it, and then he got fucking eaten.
death.
All right. So, follow-up question.
Excuses.
Follow-up question. What do you need to roll to utilize a cannon?
So, that's an excellent question. Let me see what the stat's called.
I guess it's a ranged weapon, so I guess it's probably your dex.
It'll be
Probably your whaling ability.
Oh, I have that.
whaling.
Whalers.
Yeah, I'm not on the moon though, which is really disappointing.
What
Well,
if,
there ain't
wait,
no whales.
What if
Yeah.
this is the moon?
I'll tell a telltale about
and
it.
the real place we gotta go is another planet, or actually is the planet.
Man, that's pretty meta. I don't know. You're freaking me out.
I'm just thinking out loud here. This is table talk. This isn't in character.
Of course. I would fucking hope, dude.
Wait, before my turn's over, Lily gets to the crow's nest and then she reflects upon how much she loved and cared for the guy who's about to be eaten by the crab monster.
Thank you so much.
Roxanne is crying
Page
manly tears.
255 in the Dungeon Master's Guide has rules for cannons? What?
Yeah,
The
dude.
what?
Yeah,
Hang
dude.
on.
They have fire.
Hold up.
Yeah, they have official firearms rules in 5e. I don't know if you know this.
255. Siege equipment. Give me just a minute. Hang on.
Uh oh.
Yeah, there's ship
Oh,
combat
boy.
rules.
Oh boy.
There are and there isn't.
Voicemail from you.
Hmm?
Supposed to have a voicemail from you. Was that when the phone
Yeah,
was
when
not
they
working?
disconnected.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a ranged weapon attack.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, okay, well, it's a good thing that it was using basically the same stats as I gave these cannons, and that I didn't
Alright.
have to figure that out. Like, I'm glad I figured it out myself, because it made me feel accomplished, but I'll just use these rules for cannons, because they're the right rules, so.
Okay then. So just what? It's just my dex and my proficiency then, or am I not proficient in cannons?
You are not proficient with cannons, let me tell you right now.
So
That
just
was-
dex.
Am I
just dex.
proficient in cannons?
Nobody's
Alright,
proficient.
baby.
You, I would make a case for
Son
you
of a-
being proficient with cannons.
Would
Son of a
my-
bitch.
I would strongly consider making you proficient with cannons if the situation were to arise.
Would my expertise with vehicles let me be good with cannons?
No.
Damn it.
All right.
Am I
As a
dexterous
bonus
enough?
action, I'm going to dodge with a key point. I moved,
Ooh.
attempted to fire the cannon, completely failed. Fucking two.
It's you
And,
realize that these are not cannons like you, Alex, would think of a cannon. They are not gunpowder fueled because gunpowder isn't really quite a thing.
Hmm.
In the way that we think of it, it's the same situation that Lily's thunder cannon uses, in that it's a little tiny, like teeny tiny bit magical, which makes cannons fairly rare. These are left over from the Thren Dominion, who were able to make cannons.
You
So
know, it's
you don't know
interesting. The things
the
you
moral
learn
of the
right
story
before you
is-
die.
The moral of the story is you don't know how it fucking works.
I don't, as it turns out. You know what? I
Try-
do know how it works. A giant fucking pincher. I know how that works.
You pull the lever, and a large iron ball rolls out the back and past you. That doesn't seem
Wait.
to be correct.
Wait. Nope, you don't get the quip.
I'm the one that did the thing, though.
All right, and then you're dodging with a key point.
Yes.
Roxanne, it's your turn,
It's
but
the-
before you go,
The sailors go.
the sailors go.
Go sailors, go sailors, go.
This one's gonna run up here, and actually run up here, and they're going to use their action to reload the cannon. After it's been unloaded.
They're all just like giving you the stink eye.
Damn landlubber.
So they're rushing to the bow, and you hear these two. One of them, this guy disappears below decks. This guy runs over to the side. This one runs to secure the sails. Guy stays at the helm. There we go. So, a few of them produce naval bows, which are shortened recurve bows. Well, one of them produces a naval bow. Or no, two of them produce naval bows. One, the guy at the front, produces a crossbow.
We're ready, Master. I'm not ready.
Oops, sorry.
What?
Now I know you got something planned for later.
Excuse me.
You heard him.
They fire, and
They're not ready.
the naval bows both look like they bounce off the carapace of the creature. But the crossbow looks like it has enough punch to get through and at least hurt it a little bit. It gets into one of the joints. The ship is still operating normally because it has a person at the helm and a person at the sails.
Not that it's going.
Right, that might be important to note for later. Also, there was supposed to be music and it never played.
Ah,
There we go. Alrighty. Perfect. This is like way too slow. I thought this was a different music. Hang on. Here we go. There we go.
No, I got it better.
There. This is what I was looking for. Alrighty. The sailors go. It's Roxian's turn.
All right. So I am going to peek out and assess the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's 5 feet of movement, and I am just gonna shoot it with my longbow since I'm attacking from stealth, and I have so I'm attacking with stealth, which gives advantage, which gives me sneak attack, but I also have allies next to it, so please don't suck. 23
23 hits.
For
11 piercing.
20 piercing damage.
We have so many sound
I
effects.
know.
Today.
I really love it. We need a full-time producer.
Dude, I could be.
Right?
If I DM, I will have sound.
Dude, Eric, I've tried this. It just doesn't. You just can't.
It doesn't
do
work.
It. It
I've
doesn't
tried
work.
so hard.
Your brain
I've got
can't
so
do
far.
it.
In the end, it didn't even matter.
You need a second producer.
Your brains can't do it, but I'm an autistic person. I can do it.
Autismo.
All right. Shit, we got the boss music on.
Autism powers go.
All right. So I hit, and I'm just gonna go back, and I'm gonna roll stealth again as my bonus action. 26. Almost out of the game, guys. That's the end of my turn.
Yep. So roll stealth. Stealth rolled. You're able to hide behind the small cabin wall there. And make yourself scarce.
Yup.
Spellulon, it's your turn.
All right.
Wait, doesn't Thomas literally have a soundboard?
Probably.
No, I do not.
Oh,
One of those like piano things, but like they just have a bunch of buttons sounding.
So,
things.
So I have
I've been
one of
thinking
those.
about-
Yes.
so Thomas, I've been thinking about trying to take the cannon to my left. Hey, the music's a little loud.
Oh.
You can
Yeah.
turn it down.
You can turn it down on your side.
Oh, I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Totally.
Local. I have it off.
Yeah, that's better.
I've tied to darkness.
So I was thinking about trying to use this cannon, but instead of just firing like a cannonball out of it, if I could take some oil flasks and use it like a grape shot to cover this thing in hot or just in oil, so that when I light it on fire and it like it ducks under, it can't put it out. You get what I'm going with here?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I could either instruct these guys to help me with that, or if it was realistic for me to actually try to do that myself.
It would be a bonus action to drop them into the front of the barrel.
Okay.
It would be at least an action to open it and see if you could decipher the inner workings of the cannon enough to figure out how to breech load it.
Okay, I think I can handle that. I mean, I have Arcana, you know.
Yep. So it's up to you whether you decide to
I'm
drop
willing
it in
to
the
use-
front or try and figure out how
Well-
to get it all in there the way that the maker of this cannon would want you to do it.
Spellulon, having watched the lizard manage to unload this thing, would probably want to take out the canister, the ball.
Mhm.
It's not a canister,
Mhm.
and breech load some oil flasks into it.
I mean,
So-
that makes sense.
Yeah. Should
So
I make some kind of rule
go ahead
for
and
this?
make an Arcana check.
All right. Me and my 12.
12. So you pull that same lever that Zirlon pulled to unload the cannonball. It once again rolls past you. You get a filthy look from a sailor.
Fear not, mortal.
You know what's great? I can't see any of this, so I just assume the fight's going great.
You're like, keep it up, guys.
If this
Keep it
works,
down
it's
there.
going to be going
to
really great.
unload both cannons on the
That's
front deck.
all I've heard cannons go off and things land on. I'm thinking this is going great for us.
Oh, you sweet innocent child.
But when you peer inside, it's much more complex than you originally anticipated. There's a bunch of little crystals in there sticking out. They look like there might be quartz. It's got some kind of loading mechanism to hold a spare cannonball, and you see that cannonball in there as well. It's going to take some time for you to figure out. You don't really know what's going on in here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to spend my entire turn figuring this thing out.
Yep, which is only about 6 seconds, so you're still doing pretty well.
Yeah.
As far as emergency cannon mechanics goes. All right.
But I think the payoff in the long term is better than me just hurling a firebolt at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much guess that'll be my turn. Is figuring out how this fucking thing works.
Mm-hmm. So for some reason the Chul didn't go, and I don't know why. It like skipped it, or I skipped it maybe. It'll go now. It'll try to grab Zerolon and this nearest fella here. So it's gonna try to grab the crewman first. It's not gonna do it. It misses the crewman.
And then hits Alex with a natural 20.
Probably.
Why did you?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Alex,
Am I dead yet?
that is directly Dustin's fault.
Thanks,
Oh,
bro.
wait.
Wow.
No. You know what?
Crab, they are too small and weak to take over man by force.
As it crits for the second time.
He was dodging? Does disadvantage cancel out on that 20
Yes,
on the
it
main roll?
It doesn't. Yes, it's disadvantage because it was a dodge. So it was a 19 versus AC, and it would be the 8, not the 15, or not the 7.
So, Alex, what's your
Lucky
AC?
Alex. Lucky you were dodging.
Yeah, that's actually the first time it's paid off for me. Armor class, it says 18.
So it still hits you.
Oh no!
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
but it didn't crit you.
It didn't crit you. That's
You take 8 damage, which is a big difference here.
that's gigantic.
It's a huge difference, yes.
Hey, at least you'll be in melee range with it now.
Drive me
That's
closer.
not what I wanted
want
at
to hit it
all.
with my sword.
The scary part of this is that you are now grabbed and hoisted off the ship's deck into over open water in its pincer. It's kind of waving you around and trying to drag you closer to its claws. The other sailor has long since been crushed in its claws and consumed. So we'll go ahead and get it out of there.
Lovely.
Nom, 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 nom.
So I assume that's what's gonna happen to me next. if I
No,
don't get out.
Samuel!
No, Sammy's dead.
Yeah,
I
he's
need you
fucked,
to go
man.
ahead and roll a con save for me.
Oh no.
Oh boy. All right.
This always happens to you.
Constitution save.
He's-
And
It
he's
does.
always survived
Oh
so well.
no!
I was gonna say, let me get that sad MLG song going.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
seriously. I need some
Oh,
fucking
no.
all around me are familiar
All right.
faces.
This is all right.
Worn out place. Sorry, go ahead.
A tentacle shoots out
Ugh.
from the creature's mouth and wraps itself around your leg, and you feel small barbs pierce your scaly flesh.
Ow.
You feel poison start to seethe throughout your body, and you feel your
Oh, that's
muscles
worse.
start to seize up. You are paralyzed until you can save against this.
Oh boy.
Paralyzed again.
Yeah, this is the
always
second, third
happens.
time now, at
So
least.
many of these creatures have like a paralyzed effect on them.
Yeah, and do you know who's in melee with them all the goddamn time? Me, the only in melee.
That's not true. I do.
If you
Alright.
want, I could get my fine candlestick out.
I
Alex.
just don't
I can
know.
go take a whack at it.
I don't. Maybe that might help. I don't know.
All right, Lily, it's your turn.
Alright, I've been waiting for this. And seeing Zerlin picked up, I shouted at him, "Are ye landlubber? Are you gonna let the little crab monster rob you of your sea legs? Are you a jellyfish or are you a crocodile?"
Is that supposed to help or?
Lily, that's just Lily getting into the mood of things. She's really like amped up for the pirate thing.
She's really into it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's more for her benefit than mine. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's fine.
I'm
I
gonna
was
shoot
like, I was
I'm
like,
gonna
you
shoot-
trying to inspire
I'm gonna
me,
shoot the
or-
crab. Thomas will evaluate whether that hits, which it almost certainly does, and then Thomas
does
will say,
indeed.
"Oh, it does a lot of damage."
Yeah, it does a lot of damage. It does electrical damage as well, so it gets a damage bonus there. The creature roars. You punch it straight through that chitinous armor. You see little shrapnel bits leave the back of the creature. It was very effective.
just wait until my next turn when I jump down with my knife in hand and I rip through the sail as I fall.
It's a good sail, man. So in between that turn and this turn, player 2 enters the game here. Hang on just a second. That's a little big there, Captain Glistair. There we go. And
Where is he then? Taking a dump?
Captain Glistair bursts up from below decks where he had disappeared to. He has 2 belts, both completely full of flintlock pistols. The man has like 12 pistols strapped to him,
and one giant crab claw cracker.
And when
we combine our powers,
and a pair of swords, and he's got this crazy hat on that you don't even know where he got it from. And it's got like a tattered feather in it. This is a hat.
I roll
that
history.
large
See if I
amounts
recognize
of
the hat.
Oh my god.
Waiting on the history roll here.
I'm waiting. I'm running back. I was gonna take a piss, but I can't not do it.
Tell us about that.
What do I know?
So this appears to be some kind of old naval hat.
God damn it!
Probably,
All right.
probably the Crown Port Navy. Judging from the old faded seal on it. And Captain Glistair will run forward, and you'll hear the crack of 4 pistols in succession as large puffs of powder go, and he drops the pistols on the deck, switching them out. And the creature reels back as all 4 of the shots connect.
Nice.
All right, Zerlon, it's your turn. Go ahead and try and make that con save again.
Okie dokie.
You probably won't roll a 1.
Well, you're not wrong.
He didn't roll a 1.
You're
God.
not wrong.
All right, so you're still paralyzed.
Indeed. You are correct, sir.
Well, that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, exciting, right?
That's,
All right, let's roll.
that's the end of that.
That's the end of that chapter.
At least it didn't get crushed to death.
No, yeah, I'm fine. Let's boogity.
You do feel the tentacles start to wrap around your legs, and you are moved from the creature's pincers to the tentacles proper, and you feel yourself being slowly reeled in towards the creature's
Shit!
the creature's mouth.
This is less than ideal. Can I speak, or does paralysis?
You're paralyzed, man.
Nope, can't speak or
You're
move.
paralyzed.
All right, I'm thinking
It's
real hard about how dangerous this shit is. Also, I forgot about action points and how they interact with stuff like this. Are they just for death saves or what?
So
What are action points?
Yeah, I don't know how they work in this.
You get-
I
let
know
me
we
go-
added
No,
them.
no,
let me
man.
find the
There's a handout. There's a handout. Read the handout.
Yeah,
Wait,
read the
there is?
handout.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. I didn't realize. Let me see.
Do you guys not click like everything Thomas puts in here? Because he puts a
No.
lot in here.
No, it was a while ago.
I don't click anything that Thomas puts in there.
I read it
Do you
all.
not
It's just
put-
been a
Do you not
while.
click anything that I put in there?
No.
I don't click anything that anyone else puts in there because who
I hate
cares?
you guys. I hate you guys so much. I hate you guys so much. For Thomas, I don't know if Thomas hates you guys as much as I hate you guys right now. Oh my god.
I appreciate it, Steve.
Oh, you
I've most-
fucking cunts. Oh
Most of
my
it's
god.
minimized.
All right. Well, a D6 wouldn't have saved that roll. I don't think.
No.
All right. Good to know, though. Thank you.
You could have got 13.
He needs a 14.
I'm sure I
That's
probably
for the
need more.
strength save, not necessarily for the paralyzed save.
It's probably.
Well, I can't even
the same.
fight the
You don't know the
strength.
DC for the poison.
It's poison. It's probably we're level 5. It's probably everything's like a bit higher now. Now that we
Yeah.
have action points, Thomas can make this harder. It's not gonna be
Yeah,
like 12.
Action points.
It's
won't
not
save
going to help
me from
Zero
rolling
Land.
one.
He got crit attacked. He crit failed his save, and now he's rolling.
No, he dodged
Five.
it. He was a monk and he dodged it,
That's true. I did dodge like a boss,
and then he
and
still
then I got
hit.
caught anyway.
He still got grabbed, but I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
a grab.
It could be worse. I
Right.
could be instantly dead. So you.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, onwards.
Roxanne.
And all the pirates went.
They're about. Oh, that's right. They're about to go. See, I should like put them in there, but I'm too lazy to do that. So we'll start with this pirate. That pirate got her cannon loaded.
Go Jill.
We're not calling them pirates anymore.
She's Jill.
The sailor.
That's Jill.
Sailor.
No, Jill.
It's too late,
Jill.
man. Lily's already in pirate mode.
Jill got the cannon loaded.
Yes.
Turns, and
Yes.
with a thunderous roar, you see a big red hot flaming metal ball shoot out of the end, and pummel the creature, dealing what surely must be like 45 points of damage.
Oh,
Jill. Yeah.
Leaves it leaves this one side of the creature in tatters, and one of its many legs is sort of hanging away, and it screams in bestial rage. Then this pirate's going to fire their crossbow. Crossbow does not hit, and then these two pirates are going to fire their
piece of shit Brian is missing.
They're gonna fire their naval bows. One of which hits, dealing some damage.
Marie's okay.
The two sailors who are steering are going to continue to do so. They're going to. One of them is trying to move the ship closer, and brush against it in the hopes of trying to retrieve Zeralon. It looks like, and place the ship under where he is currently dangling by one leg.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I certainly appreciate their efforts.
All right.
Blame Kyle. He just
All
got
right.
home a little bit ago.
My turn. Let's go.
Also,
All
welcome.
right. So I roll attacking from stealth, and I have allies within 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make another longbow.
Okay.
19.
It hits.
Oh, sweet. All right, for 16 piercing damage.
All right.
Nice.
This one's a headshot, and it goes straight into the creature's mouth, severing a few of those tentacles. Fortunately, not the one that was holding Zeralon,
Shit.
but it did cause the creature to recoil, and may very well have bought him some time.
Oh, thank
All
God.
right. Noticing that, I am then gonna move another 25, and then with my bonus action, I'm going to dash up.
It's good to know that one of my compatriots is fucking competent.
And I am gonna dash up to the deck, and I'm gonna end my turn.
all right.
All right, Spelulon.
It's
So
That
in this-
Arcana check.
Mm.
Oh, another one. Right. And can I just yell out, say to that other, to not Jill there, to
Uh-huh.
That's Brian.
to Brian there?
Yeah, what would you like to yell out before I resolve the Arcana?
How do I fire this lamp oil? I'm gonna fill this thing with lamp oil and fire it at it. How? Or something like that. I don't know. How do I load lamp oil?
How do I
As you-
shot web?
As
Just
you
realized there's
yell
no
that,
articulate
you've already
way.
Now
you've
that
already jammed the lamp oil into the breach. Several big flasks of it in there. And as you say that, you happen to twist one of the little
Email it to me.
crystals that looks fairly important and might be a little bit out of place. They all light up, and you see the aperture sort of rotate and lock into place, making the cannon immediately ready for firing at whatever you decide to pick within 180-degree range.
Okay. Now I'm hoping this should be easier to hit it with, since it's just gonna spray all this fucking shit out like a nice cone.
Oh no, Jill.
Yep. And
Sacrifices must
when
be
you
made.
yell out to Brian, "How do I launch these flasks of oil with this cannon?" He
That's
looks
a better
over
question.
in what can only be horror, and dive, uses a reaction to dive and try and knock Jill to the ground out of the range of the cannon.
Oh, Brian, please save Jill. Please, Brian,
So
don't fuck up
you
this
can go
deck
ahead
save.
and fire the cannon because I already know you're going to.
Oh yes. What am I going to click to fire this?
Go ahead and
Okay, this was a good time to do it. Get everything that all your business, like got the front.
you know what? Since this cannon is turned on, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check like you were attacking with a ranged weapon. Add your proficiency bonus, but do it with advantage.
All right. How do I do that? That is
Roll 2d20 and tell me what your proficiency bonus is.
Should be 3.
should be +3.
3, yeah. So roll 2d20.
Yes.
So it's slash roll and then just 2d20. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. There you go. So we would take the 18, 21. That's more than enough to hit, especially considering that this, the original idea was to fire a spray of oil.
But I'm glad Nani nails are better.
However, because this cannon is magical, and it also,
Alex, can you?
Alex,
can
I need
mute
you to be
yourself for a
muted.
second?
Sorry, yeah. I didn't realize they're so loud, my bad.
She was pretty jumpy at first, of course, but
What?
We're still hearing it.
she did pretty good.
No.
She relaxed really well. So.
Hang on.
um,
Voice setting.
I don't blame you. I'm scared of it, but I've had to do that
A-
so many times.
a 30-foot wide and probably 120-foot long cone of flame.
Oh my god.
Big oily greasy fire shoots out of the front of the cannon.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Spelulon cackles, as is rather as is fairly predictable. And you know what? I think I've got a. Where are my spell effects? Hang on. Here we go.
Oh god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Zerlon, you're gonna have to stop, drop, and roll.
Looks like it's gonna kill Jill too.
No, it better not. It better
They,
not
they,
kill Jill.
they ducked and covered.
Brian, you better have done this
Doug.
right.
And cover. Well, that's a pretty good
Yes,
fight.
Desiree?
though.
One thing talks about to your speakers. I think are making like a popping noise.
Oh. There we go. So that is the actually that's the origin point. There we go. So Jill and Brian are all right. They missed the worst of it.
Zeralon, on the other hand, got crit.
Zeralon, on the other hand,
Got blasted with 80 damage.
Today is not my day. I get hit by a fucking car. Fucking.
you know what?
Did I mention that?
Thomas gave you
Birthday, our
the
fucking
magic
unit.
weapon just to take it away from me.
I think this is
Just
I
to
think
kill
this
me.
is-
Use your destiny
I
point
think
here.
this is gonna be a lady luck kind of situation. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
it
roll the
is.
d20 for me.
Just a D20 flat. All right.
Just a d20 flat.
Come on, 20.
That's not a 20.
That's not a 20.
Fuck.
You
I
might
can
want to
add
use
one
your
D6 to it.
You might want to add an action point.
You might want to action point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much good a D6 is going to do. It's still a die, and I can't roll flows for shit today, but let's give it a go. Hey,
There you
I
go.
doubled
There you go.
Alright.
Oh my
Which makes it a
god.
12, which pushes it above 50% since that was
Oh my
Coin flip.
god.
it. Oh my god.
Oh
and
my
you
god.
just happen to be shielded by the bulk of the monster when it gets bathed in flame. And
I'm not trying to kill you, Alex, but I figured I gotta do something because it's gonna eat you next turn.
He did something. It
No, I
occurred.
mean it was the right call to make. It's just there's no
Scott feel
right call.
bad.
There's no right call to make when everything is killing me.
My other option was to fire like a fireball. Oh wait, I always forget I can just cast another lightning bolt. I forgot I could do that now. I'm so used to how it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in the mentality of like, well, it's either cast a fireball at it or do this. And
That's all right.
this was the better
Yes,
option.
Worst comes to, I already have a skeleton character planned out and semi-approved. And the best part is that if I die in this manner, it can literally just be the same character.
The skeleton of our former
Oh
friend.
my God.
Just clattering around. Hey guys, how's it going? Click, click.
All right. So you just happen to be shielded by the creature as it takes the full brunt of the fiery explosion.
Glorious.
And through your paralyzed ears, you hear the popping and cracking of joints as the creature steams and turns a rosy red and actually starts to smell pretty good.
I was about to say that. Through your paralyzed nose, you detect the delicious scent of cooked crab.
Yeah.
Guess know
the
that
butter
the
boys.
nose and ears being paralyzed doesn't do anything, right?
I know, it was funny to say.
Okay,
All right.
gotcha. Just making sure.
Big crab
making
dinner.
sure.
Big crab dinner.
Yeah.
Um, So the flame dissipates and the creature starts to break apart in the water a little bit. One of its pincers disintegrates. Its feelers start to wither away, and it drops Zerolon into the water, which Zerolon realizes is not necessarily better because now he is in the water and paralyzed.
Someone who can swim needs to go in and get him.
I would, but my carry strength is not very high.
I am
No, that's
not
fair.
strong.
Here, I have never before.
Can one of the pirates do it? 'Cause
Sailors.
they're probably all stronger than us. I just shout, "Man overboard!"
Thank you for that, at least. I've never before felt such kinship with that fucking picture of a guy face palming his hand right through his skull.
Wait, sorry, alligator overboard.
Yeah, do you have gills or something? I mean, can you
You're not
breathe
wrong.
underwater?
No, that's the other kind
Yeah,
of lizard.
gills or something.
I'm the
Like,
desert
race
lizard
is something that's not even a real race.
species.
I'm pretty sure there are no lizards with gills.
Yeah.
My character doesn't know much about lizards at all, so
So, Alex, for the moment, you are floating, so don't worry too much about it.
You know what? If I was fucking wearing heavy armor, I would be 100% fucked. So thank God for the no armor fucking monk class.
Yeah.
Jill is going to take their reaction to make a 5-foot move and dive over the side of the railing, ostensibly coming to save you.
God, Jill is just the best.
Jill,
Maybe
watch out!
Brian-
Roxanne might send you dick pics.
We're going to
maybe Brian can try and lash some of that big crab.
Tentatively go out of initiative here for just a moment to make this safer. I just moved Brian's nameplate. There we go. Brian tosses a rope down, and Jill grabs it, hauling Zerolon's paralyzed body on shore. And suddenly you see the slowly breaking apart crab creature. I'm sorry, excuse me. What did I just say to myself?
I have no idea.
Crab
Wow.
creature? What
I
just
think that is
happened?
what you just said.
Crab creature. Crab monster. Goodness. It was already starting to slowly crumble and break apart as its flesh becomes flaky and moist.
Mm.
One of its legs suddenly disappears in a large swirl, and you see a big old massive tentacle come out of the water, curl around it and simply rip it in half. And you realize that the boat was starting to rock, but you never really saw the shoal next to the boat, nor was it or underneath the boat, nor was it you suspect the original source of why you weren't moving in the first place.
Great, what? Something bigger holding the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Always a bigger fish.
I was gonna say it, and you stole it from me.
Very nice.
Um,
Bonus points for stealing it from him. Also, I would just assume that it's the thing's underbelly or something grabbed onto the boat. That's my thought. It doesn't have to be a whole separate critter. I mean, it could be, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh, I figured it was some kind of magic field it produced. Still the
Oh,
water.
yeah, I just assumed that its underbelly was like wrapped up under the ship and it had its grabbed onto us with its like fucking
mating with us or
lobster
something.
bits. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
If that's what you want, whatever you're into. Man.
It's cloaca.
Ew. But yeah, the creature is ripped apart by large tentacles, and you see something around the creature, or something around the sides of the ship, inches away from where Zerlon is now dangling.
Sorry, I got that wrong. It's claspers.
Claspers. That's it.
Yes. Lobster male genital anatomical structures are claspers.
Wonderful.
And as a suction effect starts to drain much of the water around the ship, Jill looks up at Zerlon and whispers, "Go!" And then she's sucked under the boat, never to be seen again.
No! No!
As Zerlon's pulled aboard by Brian.
Damn it! Damn it! They took the wrong one. Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
And only a lonely nameplate is left where Jill once was.
That's fucked up.
Oh, poor Jill. She died for my benefit.
Oh, there it is. Any second now.
Sorry, I was playing in my headphones. It's hard. I don't have a hotkey to switch back and forth between my speakers and my headphones.
All right.
I don't have the sound set up for this.
And Glister runs up to the front of the sail, says, "Row, you bastards!" And you see the oars come out from the side as the crew below deck starts to row and slowly push the ship out of the way of whatever is now assaulting it. The wind starts to push you as you somehow free yourselves from the grip of whatever the creature was, but not before a massive tentacle or something slams into the side of the boat. You feel the boat start to list, and hear the horrible gurgling sound of a ship that's beginning to take on water. The
Sounds
wind.
like a job for me and Mend.
Yep. The wind has the sails now, and you're moving at a good clip away from where it was into shallower water, where whatever that was can't follow you.
Thank God.
However, the hole in the boat is too large to repair with just Mend. There's too much material missing. Mend can slow it down, certainly. But with every turn, it looks like more water starts to gather.
I mend it as fast as I can.
Tag team.
It looks
It's
like
cantrip for me.
Also, the crew could just apply some lumber, which is what they usually do.
yep, they're
Oh god.
trying.
Oh god, stop it.
I gotta keep mending it.
It's mended.
Jesus. The lumber that was there was pulled out by whatever hit it. So they're nailing it on as fast as they can, but it's difficult to make watertight. It looks like you're going to have to land the boat somewhere, which is what Glister does. He finds a sandbar a bit further in, and the music changes back to normal.
Oh man.
I like that part. That amuses me. And then the music goes back to normal.
By normal, he means. Give us our EXP. And any items that we have earned.
But the ship pulls up on a spitted sandbar across the river. It looks like from here you'll have to continue the rest of the way to Feldale on foot.
Uh,
Uh,
oh.
no. No, our alcohol and me and Spellion just start.
Time to get drunk.
Yeah, we just start getting. We take a
Get
short.
smash hammered
We
before
take
we leave.
yeah, we take a little break. Just
I'd like to be unparalyzed at some point.
We'll have to drink to the memory of Jill.
oh, chill. She was the best one. Unlike Brian, and I'm just yeah. I've actually probably been harassing Brian the entire time.
He's just over there like, why? What did I do though?
He's either gonna punch you or break down in tears.
I don't care for either. I'm doing what I'm doing. This is for Jill, and I'm upset, but I'll get over it eventually.
Thomas,
Fuck
did
you,
you give
Brian.
us that alcohol to originally try to blow up this crab monster with it?
I gave it to you because I figured I'd figured you'd like put it in the bag of holding. So you can
yeah.
take it with you.
We did
No,
that.
it
We
wouldn't
do that.
fit. No, we didn't. First off, I don't even think it would fit. Second off, if it has any of that mold in there, it will destroy my bag. So no.
We'll
All
put
right.
it into smaller casks, is what we'll do.
It's the cask's only about a foot and a half across. They're not
Yeah,
huge
we
casks.
find other ways of carrying all of.
Yeah, you find your own way of carrying it. I'm not destroying my bag.
Each cask weighs about 45 pounds.
Okay.
That's fine.
They're not full barrels, they're half barrels. So maybe like 60 pounds. Think about a slightly lighter keg of beer.
60 pounds is heavy for a keg.
A half barrel keg weighs like 82 pounds. Like a full half barrel. I'm sorry, 160.5 pounds is
These
how much the average keg weighs. If it's
And
a
those
heavy,
would be-
if it's a keg of a heavier beer, it weighs more.
And well, these would be made out of wood, oak, presumably, with iron bands. But the material, or rather the alcohol in it, might be lighter than a heavy beer.
It is lighter, and also it's smaller. It's not the size of a full keg. It's
Yeah.
about the size of a. If we're gonna get all specific about it, it's about the size of a Euro Slim. Except one of the old fat ones that they used to use for brewing and storing liquor. So maybe 2.5 feet high, 1.5 feet wide.
Okay.
Pretty squat barrel.
Hmm.
Good for stacking on top of each other in cellars.
Indeed. That's
But so
Seems
you
like
can
a plan.
carry them. Don't worry.
I'll take care of these. I have
Okay.
I have a place to put them.
He's just gonna replace his chassis with them.
I look over, he's just gonna be sloshing back and forth. Carry on, meatlings.
So how would everyone like to proceed from here?
On my
On foot, I
footprints,
guess.
apparently.
Yeah,
Or-
on foot.
Yeah.
On my
if
donkey,
you're
I mean.
asking...
Uh,
Oh, that's right, you've got one.
Captain, we will be back. Hopefully the ship is good. We need to talk about all of those things decorating your person when I get back.
And how to get them, right?
Yeah, not that. Yes, I. God, you have no charisma.
You're not wrong.
You self-centered
Fucking blunt ass
robot. Oh my god.
Aye, he says. That'd
Yes.
be a conversation for another time.
Another time.
We'll catch up with you later. We'll make basic repairs. We'll need more supplies.
Yeah, you and the mates can have some of the liquor while we're gone, but not all of it.
Run yourselves off to Feldale. Bring some lumber if they've got it.
Lumber, got it. Don't worry, Captain. Whenever I think of you, I'll get wood. I mean, I'll buy wood. We'll get wood. We're gonna buy wood to bring back.
Well played.
Yes, I held it in until I was finished.
That was good. That was good. Nicely done.